Have you ever heard this conversation that Jim Semivan had with Tom DeLonge? Check this out.
Something about a force of good and evil fighting each other. Like we're at the, like I always said before, it's like we're at the event horizon between two competing forces. There's something about that concept that they actually took to heart after they left the government, And I remember going, one of them was very much like, well, who are these tall whites that we always hear about in the UFO literature? And he goes, and one would stop and he would just go, well, what are angels? And I said, well, I guess angels were considered messengers. He's, oh, they're messengers. So it's a very practical look at the religion type thing and how they applied it, but they weren't religious. I always thought that was really interesting. But there's only one of the main kind of advisor that you and I have discussed, where he was the only person that was like, because I'd always bring up, like, in the literature, you kind of have, like, you have your grays with the big black eyes, and you have your tall whites that look like the Greek gods or the angels of the Bible or whatever. So there's all these other things that people see, but those are kind of like the two main ones. You have your Nordic type good ones, and you have your like little clone bad ones. But he was the only one that said, well, who created the good ones? Who created them? Who are they really? And that was the only thing that I was like bummed hearing, because I was like, I thought there were some good ones out there, and he was the only one that was like, but who created them? Who are they really? You can't have bug-eyed monsters talking to humans and scaring them. Maybe something that looks more like them is easier to digest. And I was like, oh God, here we go.
So that conversation was early 2024, I believe. And there's a lot of talk going on right now about tall Nordics, the whites, and the grays. What do you think about that conversation? Let me know in the comments.